Pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Motion to accept the agenda with flexibility.
Second.
We have a motion, a second, to accept the agenda with flexibility. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Kurt, old business.
Okay, I think if it's all right with you, we'd like to have the hearing first.
All right,
Is that okay?
that's fine.
So to proceed with the hearing, of course, Tony Mans is here to basically prosecute this matter, and your new code enforcement officer, Joe, is here to do provide testimony, and anybody else that has the opportunity or that is interested in speaking, testifying today, will make sure they identify themselves, name and address, and we'll get everybody sworn in. And then we'll turn it over to Tony to move forward. Just to refresh everybody's memory, this is the property at 604 William Street in Howe. It's owned by Amy Shingleton, and it's the subject of an order that was issued by your code enforcement officer, Joe Van Neville, back in December 4th, actually, 2025. And it was served on Amy Shingleton, December 4th, 2025. This is the property that you have given a couple continuances to based on health reasons that were requested, but it remains still a public nuisance. And so we're going to ask for testimony from your code enforcement officer. And then, of course, anybody else that is interested in testifying can do so after we're finished. And but everybody needs to be sworn in. So if it's all right with you, I will ask who all is here to testify, and we'll get names and addresses, and then we'll have them swear in, and then we'll turn it over to Tony to call his first witness.
Okay.
Okay. Other than Joe, is there anybody else here wanting to testify in this hearing? And if so, please identify yourself.
I'm the property owner, Amy
What-
Singleton,
What's your address, ma'am?
604 William Street.
Okay. So anybody else? So it looks like it's Ms. Shingleton and Joe. If you both would stand up at least and affirm whether or not you, the testimony you're giving today will be truthful. Do you affirm? Yes, ma'am? Do you? Okay, you may sit down. Tony, you can take over and call your witness.
Call Officer Van Neville. Just go ahead and state your name.
All right, my name is Joe Van Neville. I work for the County LaGrange Sheriff's Department. I'm the code enforcement officer.
Okay. Are you familiar with the property located at 604 William Street in Howe, Indiana?
Yes, I am.
And have you investigated that property for alleged nuisances?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Would you go ahead and go through your investigation for the commissioner?
Sure. The case was opened on September 8th. I was driving by it and I saw the debris, trash litter, and weeds, and then abandoned vehicles on the property. I basically have sent out 3 notices. I've also done the green warning tag, which is 7-day notice. And then we've drafted up the order, and then it was taken to, for a hearing on January 2nd or January 5th, and then 2 continuances, one for family emergency, and then the other one was because of the severe weather conditions we had. So basically, I want to do is go through my notices. Let's see if I can. This is the first letter that I drafted up that was sent out on September 9th. It's got my comments on there. Please address all abandoned junk vehicles, 3 of them in the driveway. Vehicles need to be operable and have a current plate and registration or be removed. And please remove any household items, tires, boxes, trash, debris, etc. in the front, side, and backyards. After items are removed, please cut the tall weeds where needed and around the abandoned vehicles. And that letter was sent out. Compliance date was set for September 26th. And you can see the conditions of the property, the photos that went with the letter. Second notice, so it still was not in compliance, was sent on October 8th. There was a little bit of improvement, not a lot, but there was some. I did send a second notice in the comments. I put, thank you for removing some items and cutting a few weeds. Long way to go. I also made contact with Amy before that, during that time. So I extended the case to October 5th per the request, and at that time it wasn't done. So I sent out this second notice. And here's the photos that go with it. And they're dated October 7th. And then I sent out a third notice. I went back out there, compliance state, let's see here, let's go back. Compliance state was set for October 23rd. Went back out at that time. And I sent out a third notice, what I call a final notice. Minor progress since the last letter sent on October 8th. In the comments, I said, please address all abandoned junk vehicles, 3 in the driveway. Vehicles need to be operable and have current plate and registration or be removed. Please remove any household items, tires, boxes, trash, debris in the front, side, and back yards, and enclosed photos. As you can see, the vehicle's still there. Pictures from all angles. Then on November 20th of 25, we did the warning tag. Tony and I discussed it, and we did the warning tag. A couple of vehicles at that time did get removed, but it's still got a long way to go. The truck needed to be removed, and there still is issues. So on the tag, I delivered it to Amy on November 20th, 2:30. I put on there, case was opened on September 8th, 3 notices sent, last one on October 24th. Commented, please remove any household items, tires, boxes, trash, debris, etc. in the front, side, and backyards. Please address abandoned junk vehicle in the driveway. You notice it's down to 1. Vehicle needs to be operable and have a current plate registration and be removed. Hand delivered it to Amy. Discussed the issues, discussed with her. The case was open since September and one needed to be completed. Then on December 4th, or before that time, I got with Tony and explained to him the property still was non-compliance. So we drafted up an order for December 4th for hearing for January 5th. And there's the order. And then I hand delivered it also to Amy. At that time, there was some snow covering the property. You can still see the truck and see items around the truck and then debris in the yard. We'll go back. I took photos getting ready for the hearing for January 5th on December 31st at 11:39 a.m. So that would have been around the holidays right there before New Year's. This is the picture of it, property. And then at that time, Amy made contact with me. She had a family emergency going on, so I discussed it with Tony, and we asked for a continuance. So the continuance was to February 5th. And then during that time, as you know, the weather started really hitting right after that. So we had severe weather for the last month. I didn't feel it was fair for Amy to get all the items completed during that time, so I asked for a continuance to March 16th, which is today. So that's the one on January 5th. Oops. That's the one I delivered on February 9th for the continuance for today's hearing. So I put it on the back door, and each time I delivered it, I gave Amy a call to let her know it was on the back door so she was aware of it. A couple weeks ago, I gave her a call, letting her know about the hearing today. Just a reminder about March 16th, 8:30 a.m. Went out on Friday. This is a photo from 11:10 a.m. on Friday. Not in compliance. You can see all the items around the truck, and you can see the debris in the yard. You can also see, just to kind of, because you're going to see a photo here in a few minutes, you can see like a conduit structure being erected in the background there. That's on Friday. Keep that in mind. There's another picture of it. You can see the truck. You can see the truck. The tires are, one of the tires is pretty much eaten away. You can see the rim. So it's been sitting there a long time. I know Amy and I have talked about that, and I explained to her that would be something that she could maybe tow away, put in a storage somewhere. That was my suggestion on that vehicle. This morning, went by, I don't know, around 7:40 or so, just starting to get a little light. That's what it is this morning. The vehicle's still there. There's still some items around the vehicle. There is a structure put in place. And then you still got some items over to the right, some debris items to the right that still remain. So as of right now, it's still not in compliance with the truck, and still some items around the debris. And then I'm not sure about the structure itself, if that's something that the building department would approve. So thank you for your time, and that's my case this morning for 604 William Street.
A few follow-ups. Did you take all the photos that you showed this morning?
Yes, sir.
And were all those photos taken from the roadway or the public right-of-way?
Correct.
In your opinion, do the issues present still this morning constitute public nuisance?
Yes.
Your order had cited 5 different aspects of the ordinance. Does the truck constitute a junk vehicle to you?
Yes.
And is there still trash and debris around the property?
Yes.
Are there any other issues still remaining, or are those the only 2 that are left?
Those are the only 2 that are remaining. There has been progress made, but we're to this point, but it's still not in compliance.
The temporary structure that's put up, you indicated that was not there Friday, and the picture showed that. Are you aware of whether that has any kind of building permit or is required?
I'm not.
It's just a temporary building.
Living up there.
All right. I have no further questions for Officer Van Nebel.
Just one for the way your order's written, Officer Van Nebel. This would basically result in, if they were to affirm it, fines of $500 a week back to December 4th of 2025, correct?
Correct.
Thank you.
No further questions for you?
I sit down.
You can. Yeah. I think we'll give Ms. Shingleton an opportunity to speak. Do ask that you come up to the podium and state your name and your address again.
My name is Amy Shingleton. I live at 604 William Street.
You can,
We have done progress, like he said, but there's just so much there that we didn't realize it until we got into it. We had a shed go down during a storm, and there was a bunch of debris and everything from that. And it's just myself and my son. I work, and I have to basically rely on other people because I don't have a truck or a trailer to haul stuff out. And it's kind of hard to get in contact with people. They'll tell you, yeah, I'll be there, and then a lot of times don't show up. I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm just stating that that's been my issue. I work at a local business, and I just don't have the time to be outside doing this. Not supposed to be outside anyway doing it. I have medical issues from a prior car accident.
anything else you'd like to add?
We have spoken to people about getting rid of the truck, but there's some trees that are under it that I have to get dug out before they can get it moved out because it interferes with moving the vehicle. And we have been working on, like I said, we have been working on trying to get as much trash and everything out of the yard and gone as we can.
Do you agree that the property is still not in compliance?
Oh yeah, I understand that it's still not in compliance. But like I said, I have to rely on the graces of other people to help me try to get things removed because I have just a car and you can only put so much in a vehicle. So I don't have access to a truck or a trailer.
I don't have any further questions.
Do you guys have any questions of her?
What was the tent put up for?
So that my son could start going through stuff and getting it out of there. He's got auto parts and things like that and different things that he doesn't want to throw away, but he's been giving it to his friends if they need it and stuff. That's what the purpose of that is.
So he's putting it inside the tent?
Yeah, it's inside the tent. That's where it was because it was all stuff out of the shed that had blown down and it was on tables underneath where the tent is. So he just put the tent over the top of it to try to get rid of this stuff before we had to get absolutely rid of it. You know what I mean? He wanted to try to get it to other people if they could use it.
Is your son still in school? Has he got a
No,
job?
my son is 33 years old.
Does he work anywhere?
No, not currently.
Is the majority of this your son's?
It's a combination of stuff like I said, we had a shed and it had family stuff in it, and that's a lot of what the issue is. But I can only do so much because I have a back issue from a car accident.
I understand that. So I guess my one question is, do you have the intent or the capability to clean this up?
Yes, we've been working on it every day.
Do you have a time period you think you can have it done?
No, I really don't, because like I said, we have to depend on the graces of other people to help us move it.
Okay. That's all I have.
But your son's there every day, correct?
Yes, sir.
And looking at these pictures back from September to today, they pretty much, the trash looks the same in the same spot. You said that there's trees under their truck. Is there trees growing into the truck?
No, they're growing under the tires on the back side of the truck. You can't see it from that picture, but he had cut them off, not realizing they went farther than they did.
So before then, the truck was probably encased in trees.
2 of them on the back side, yeah.
So it's been there quite a long time. Okay. Peter, you have anything?
I have nothing else.
As far as a brief closing, I think based on the testimony, Officer Van Neville and the property owner agree that it's not in compliance. Couple options for you would be to affirm, modify, or dismiss Officer Van Neville's order. I think what we would ask is that it be modified to a fine of $200 per week, dating back to December 4th, 2025. And then you can decide whether to give additional time before the fines start, or whether fines are implemented effective immediately and continuing until the nuisances are abated. Given the condition and also the fact that we don't know how many structures are allowed on the property, temporary or not, that probably needs to be resolved as well. So several issues for you to iron out.
So while you're thinking about it, your ultimate decision is to either affirm Joe's order, which takes it $500 a week back to December 4th, effective immediately, modify it as recommended by Tony and Joe to $200 a week retroactive to 12/4, give some degree of time for compliance, and if not, then it's implemented immediately, or dismiss it, or some other modification if you have preferences.
What you guys thinking?
Joe, you have seen some improvement in the last 3 months, 4, 5, almost 6 months now.
Up to the order when it was delivered, I mean, that's where the green tag to the order that was drafted up, that's where I really saw the major, if there was improvement, it was at that time. The last 2 months is but more so just items being moved around, just being jotted, not so much removed, but jotted around the last 2 months.
And it looks like that truck is full of
Yeah, it's-
items also.
it's-
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, with the state of the weather, I'm thinking about another 30 days and they don't do anything. At 200 per week.
So you want to wait 30 days before you implement the fine?
Well, because of the weather we're having. See if they can do anything. She said she does have the intent and the capability to take care of it. But she hadn't in 6 months, so that's my only drawback. Pete?
I struggle with this one because we implement these fines. I'm not sure where that's going to go because I'm just going to be honest. I could get a dumpster and have that cleaned up and it'd be cheaper than a $200 fine.
Much cheaper.
And I could have it done within a week. I mean, everything except for the truck. I guess I can agree with you, Kevin. I mean, one more extension, but it has to be cleaned up. I mean,
It's not done in 30 days.
if those fines go back to
December 4th.
December, $200 a week is
Mhm.
way more expensive than a dumpster and getting that cleaned up. And I don't know. I don't see that happening.
Call a local wrecking there and get that truck pulled out of there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm willing to give it one more shot. I'd rather prefer that they clean it up before we have to start fining and do it ourselves.
Kathy, what's the date of the next meeting? That would be somewhere around 30 days from now.
I don't have a calendar in front of me.
Oh, I don't either. Sorry.
Wait, I do. Hang on.
Yeah, it's the 20th.
Yes. And while you're looking for that, I would think that I think the recommendation is to automatically implement the fines and that they only be forgiven, if you will, if it is in full compliance on whatever date you choose, which we're looking up right now. Otherwise, you got to go through this whole process again to establish the fines. So while you're thinking about it, if
Postpone
you're
the fines 30 days. Implementation of the fines. Implementation.
implementation,
Yeah, I can't speak this morning.
I know what you mean.
Of the fines for 30 days.
So we have the 20th is the next meeting. or the-
So
the
it would be on actually April 20th, right?
Correct.
So there's your date. If you're looking to modify the order with $200 a week fines retroactive to December 4th and to postpone implementation to April 20th. And if at April 20th, it's in full compliance, the fines will be waived. If not, they will be fully assessed. Is that what I hear you saying?
Thanks for that.
I think it's what they wanted.
Okay, that's fair, yeah.
Let's go for it.
So you're looking for a motion to that effect. You don't have to go through all the explanations. You can just say so moved and authorize signing the order outside of a meeting. If you could add that.
So move the motion from what our county attorney has said.
The sign outside the meeting.
Sign outside of the meeting. Makes it a lot easier.
That's perfect.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on the motion to extend the grace period to April 20th. At that point, we'll look at it again and go from there. So all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. You got to April 20th, Amy. All right?
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Yeah, okay.
Thanks, Tony.
Thank you.
Hey, Kurt.
You're back to me, right? Or do you want to do anything else?
So what?
You want to go back to old business or do you want
Let's do old business.
Okay. All right. Bear with me with my bearings.
Show your flash drive.
If you're ready, and if you're not, it's okay. We made the changes to your gazebo courthouse grounds licensing program that you suggested, and they are ready to pass. If you want to today, there's really two ordinances to consider. One is the ordinance reestablishing the gazebo fund, and we added, Kathy, you had indicated you wanted some language, or maybe it was Gary, to have the fund modified slightly, and we did do that. So I don't know if you want to speak to that since you had the conversation.
The way the ordinance was originally was to be for just the gazebo structure itself and the sidewalks. And my understanding from the conversations was it was to take care of the lawn as well from any damage done. So we just included that in so it could be spent on lawn maintenance around there from events.
So it covers the whole courthouse property there?
We didn't have the courthouse building included,
No,
but the grounds.
The grounds.
So that was the major change to the fund ordinance. Then the actual licensing ordinance, the other items that were addressed, just to make it clear, that weddings were not exempted from that. So unless you tell me differently, those would be $20 a day or course, you wouldn't have a weekly one, but it is $100 a week for the gazebo. And the grounds are $250 a day. So the other item that we made clear was no stakes through the ground, no holes being dug, et cetera. And that this would apply to political rallies, the prohibitions would apply to political rallies as well. And that doesn't matter what party.
Yep.
So made it clear that we're not regulating any content at all, so that we're in compliance with all those constitutional issues, but that basically the same prohibitions were contained. The only ones we added was the political rallies. So you have those ordinances in front of you if you want to today. If not, it's okay. We have a new application form that has been developed with Gary and with Jennifer's office, IT, which has a, what do you call that? A QR code. Thank you. And so you can use your phone and just basically pull up the rules so that you don't have to carry them around with you. Oh, the other thing, we made it clear, even though it was already in there, Peter had mentioned making sure that we have the ability to terminate the license at any time, even in the middle of an event, if something is going on. We had in there originally that we could terminate it. We just made it clear that it could be done in the middle of an event for no reason whatsoever. You don't have to have a reason. So that was also made clear. So those were the, I guess, substantive changes that were made. If you want to consider them today, if you don't, there's no rush. From my perspective, I just wanted you to know that, we, with Kathy and Gary and Jennifer and our office, I think unless somebody yells at me out there, we're ready to move forward with these licensing rules and requirements and application forms.
Any comments?
I like it.
Just the reason we did this, because we were having a lot of activities on the courthouse lawn that was leaving damage to our property out there. In the past, we've had people dig fire pits. They had a bouncy house out there last year that they left a large stake in the yard, and the maintenance department ran over with the lawnmower because they didn't pick it back up. We just been having a lot of issues out there, and we need to do something to protect the courthouse property and that. So that was the main reason for us doing this. So.
So if you want to adopt the first ordinance, it would be reference an ordinance amending policies for the courthouse grounds, including its gazebo.
So I'll make a motion amending the courthouse policy for the
Policies.
grounds and the gazebo.
I'll second that.
Have a motion, a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Second reading on that one.
You waive that if you want.
Motion to waive second reading.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to waive second reading. All those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carries.
And then the other part that goes with that is the ordinance reestablishing the fund with the new rules.
Make a motion to excuse me, to reestablish the fund for the gazebo courthouse lawn.
Second.
We have a motion, a second to reestablish the fund for the courthouse lawn and gazebo. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Okay, thank you.
Is there a second reading on that one or anything, Kurt?
Yes, thank you. Please.
Motion to waive second reading.
Second.
We have a motion, a second to waive second reading. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Okay, then the next item is to explain, and I'll need Kathy to help me with this too. You have, and Kathy, this is regarding the redevelopment commission's request. So Peter, sitting on the RDC, knows that the RDC, I should say, recently approved and signed an agreement with the utility district to purchase capacity reservation from their new treatment plant expansion project. And that agreement has been signed by the redevelopment commission as well as the utility district. And so the money has been appropriated, it's in place, and the process now would be for you to approve, if you're willing, the claim that is associated with that, so that on the 27th of March, when the redevelopment commission meets, which I assume they will, if the redevelopment commission approves the expenditure, since they've signed the contract, I fully expect them to approve the expenditure. Kathy can wire the funds, which is in the amount of $1,250,000. They can wire the funds to the SRF, Revolving Loan Fund Finance Authority, Indiana Finance Authority, and their bank that's holding them in escrow in New York for their project. So the sort of the process is RDC approved the agreement, LCRUD approved the agreement. It's been signed by both parties. Now the money, which has already been appropriated, needs to be approved by you so that Kathy can wire it on the 27th if the RDC, which I expect they will, approve the expenditure. And then that money will go to the escrow agent in New York. It'll be held as part of the SRF financing that LCRUD is using for their treatment plant expansion. And those monies will be spent last. That's part of the agreement that was reached. And the RDC was they have to spend their own monies first. And if they would happen to not need it, then we get back whatever portion is unneeded. So ours are spent last, other than for soft costs and things like that, which they'll spend out of their own project. But for the items listed in the agreement, which if you want me to go through those, I will. There's certain things that it can be spent on capital in nature. And what does RDC get in exchange for that? They get a commitment for 75,000 gallons per day that they can use to connect people to up along that corridor in the Lima TIF. So I'm really fast forwarding, I guess, a lot of discussion. It has taken months since probably the fall of last year, right, Peter? And lots of language back and forth and involving LCRUD's not only their legal counsel, but their bond counsel. And so we're at a point where, and there's about a little over $2.5 million in that fund right now. I expect there'll be another draw, which will put it closer to 3, but so that your concerns about making sure there's money available for fire, et cetera.
That was my biggest concern. There's money up there for the fire department, so.
Should be. And actually, the 27th, the fire station and through their township trustee is bidding out new siding and new roof project. Hopefully, I don't know if we've received anything yet or not, Kathy, but
Got 2 in.
got 2, that's good. So I expect them to award that project as well on the 27th. So I know I'm rambling on and on about this, but it's a lot going on. And there's $1,250,000 that they have requested be distributed to the Bank of New York. And so I'm asking you to approve that and to approve it on the condition that the redevelopment commission, of course, approves it on the 27th, which will then allow Kathy, I will hand deliver to her wiring instructions for her to take care of that Friday afternoon.
Need a motion then, I assume.
Motion to, Kathy, do you have anything specific you want, or
It
do you just
says
want a
anything
motion to
specific.
authorize as I presented it?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I make a motion to authorize Kathy to wire the funds as legal counsel has presented it.
Second.
Motion second to approve the funds being wired from RDC, from LaGrange County to LCRUD. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. And one thing I should follow up on is let you know is we're going to be monitoring, the RDC gave our office and DLZ, Casey Irwin, authority to monitor those payments so that somebody's, just paying attention to how those payments are going out to make sure that they are in fact going out last and that they're going out for the proper items that are approved in the agreement, which there are, like I said, certain items that are authorized, certain items that are not. Engineering fees, attorney fees are not off part of that. It's structural parts that relate to the treatment plant itself. So if people are concerned that, we're paying for pipe to go to one of the lakes, that is not the case. We're paying to acquire capacity, 75,000 gallons per day, as a result of the capital infrastructure needs that are required for the expansion of the plant itself, the physical plant. Okay?
Thanks.
You bet. One last thing then, and I think it's really more for you and to bring Stuart to the podium to talk about pagers. I know you've requested and you've already gone to county council for approval of funds, and I believe all that's in order. And maybe you've already actually authorized this award, but just to be clear and to make sure that there's no question, we'd like you to consider having a discussion about the pagers.
Come on up, Stuart.
And while he's coming up, just know that your RFQ requires you to award them to the most advantageous quoter to the county. So you get to decide which one of these, based on Stuart's recommendation, is most advantageous.
So I guess as of the last meeting that we had, it's still the same. J&K is the lowest quote that we did receive at $125,429.43. The next one was $129,328 and 2 pennies. So I see no reason why not to award it to the lowest bidder. They are doing free programming and free shipping in that quote. So that's
They're gonna ship them to you.
basically. No, I talked to them. They will, I believe Sheriff and next meeting we have for the chiefs, we're going to discuss and try and put together how each department wants them programmed, and then they'll come to the county. And then I would assume that you would want the fire
List.
chief to sign.
Yep.
And they will have all of the serial numbers. I already talked to Adam. They'll have all the serial numbers assigned to the each department, and that will all be done for the county.
So let's make sure we got a list of them, where they're going, and 'cause
Yeah.
it's a lot of money for pagers.
They'll
So,
have all that,
okay.
and then whatever your legal would like for us to sign, then
I think
they can sign it, or
They can sign they received them, and they'll list those in the pagers, so that way they're responsible for them after that. So, because we're gonna have to keep those on our capital asset, or is it, since it's going to the fire departments, they're gonna be in charge of those?
They do theirs.
Purchasing and giving them to the.
Okay, just want to make sure. So J&K, right?
Yep.
Okay,
All set. I make a motion to, for the purchase of pagers from J&K for the amount of $125,429.43.
Second.
we have motion second to purchase pagers for the county fire departments from J&K. This will be coming out of the safety fund, I believe, for $125,429.43. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
thank you.
Thanks, Stuart. Thanks for your help.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for your patience. I believe, and I don't have anything until we get to Robbie, and when we get to Robbie talking about the UDO, I've got some comments to help along the way in that discussion. And then as you get to your parking lot project, we need to discuss a couple items there. And then I think that's pretty much it. So thank you.
Hey, Brett. Morning.
Hi, I am here to ask for approval to apply for the annual IDOC Community Corrections Grant. This grant funds one probation officer from LaGrange County, one from Steuben County, and the drug court coordinator.
Do we get to pick the one it gets to fund?
Yeah, you'll have to discuss that with Leanne and the judge.
I'm gonna pick the lowest one.
He's not talking about you, Leanne.
No, I would never do that to me. Do you guys have any issues with it?
No.
I have a motion. I'll make a motion to approve the request to apply for the grant for the
Community corrections.
community corrections.
Second.
We have a motion second to allow community corrections to apply for the grant for LaGrange County and Steuben County. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Gotta be careful, it's catching.
Thank you.
Starts-
I know. There you go. Okay, Robbie. Amendment to the UDO.
Yes, I have a resolution here. It's 2026-03-10-A. It's from the Plan Commission from their meeting last week. They had a public hearing talking about increased setbacks for AFOs and an improved drive to manure stacks for these type of facilities. out of the meeting. They only chose to send a favorable recommendation to an improved drive to the manure stack. They believed that increasing setbacks and changing, putting a minimum distance between neighboring barns would hinder agricultural growth.
So what kind of, is it a hard service to the manure pit or is it just a gravel
It
drive?
could be a gravel drive.
Okay. That's what we have the planning zoning commission for, is to make these decisions, so. I mean, that's their job.
Can I offer some
Yeah.
comments? And then, of course, you can make your decisions. Because of the nature of the recommendation, it's bifurcated, which is what Robbie's basically telling you. There was an Exhibit A and an Exhibit B. The Exhibit A deals with the improvements to the drive for the manure stack. That's the one they received a favorable, or that they gave a favorable recommendation. The setbacks, as she said, which is Exhibit B, they gave no recommendation. So you can make several decisions if you want, but because of the way the language in the statute reads, which is confusing, is it not, Robbie?
Yes, it is.
The proposal, it was your proposal. So keep that in mind. Your proposal was basically to add these setbacks. So we're talking about whether or not to vote in favor of the proposal, despite the recommendation or not recommendation from Plan Commission. And because you have the ability to make a decision on this matter, you may choose to either basically adopt the proposal, which is then you would incorporate these setbacks. You could reject the proposal, or you could amend the proposal. So you can always change the setbacks and the manure stack drives if you want, or you can delay this. There is no hurry. So we have plenty of time. If you want to think about it and try to understand better what your options are, you can do that as well. Doesn't matter to me at all. I just want to make sure whatever you do, we understand what you're doing, because the way the ordinance reads that we have for you to consider, it can be confusing and counterintuitive to try that, because it's your proposal. It's not like it came from somebody else. And so it is different when you're trying to communicate, because the way the statute reads, you have to make decisions on whether to accept, reject, or modify the proposal, which is your proposal, right? So it's your proposal that they are bifurcating the decision on with regard to the manure stack favorable and the setbacks, no recommendation. So before you make a motion, tell me what you're thinking you want to do, and I'll try to help fit within our ordinance.
Well, I'm going to say that night of the plan commission, it's a very lengthy meeting. We had people from, I don't know what you call them,
The integrators.
yeah, those guys, a lot of people here that have them. They saw no use. They were 100% against the setbacks of the acreage. The only thing they really pushed was an improvement for the manure stack roads, and they pushed that very hard, because that's part of the problem. They can't get to it a lot of times, and so there it says.
Yeah, there's no drive. Usually they're just piled up back there and it's a muddy mess when they go back there try to clean it up, so.
But they saw no reason to have the setbacks.
And just so you know, these setbacks don't have anything to do with setting back from incorporated communities like you talked about in the past.
No.
I figured you knew that, but yeah, these setbacks, just so that you have this information, would have changed minimum front yard setback for an AFO from 125 feet to 200. Same on the side yards from 100 to 200, and the rear from 100 to 200. And then it would add a new across the board for AFOs, CFOs, and KFOs of minimum setback between barns of 1,320 feet. Those are the setbacks that you initiated that have no recommendation.
Yeah, it seems like the planning and zoning, didn't want to mess with it, so.
Well, they messed with it quite a bit, actually.
Well, they talked about it, but they didn't really, the only we got's the drive for the manure pit, so, and that's fine. That's what you guys are there for. So.
I personally like the decision. I like what they came up with. it was mentioned quite a few times during the meeting, that we are an agricultural community. They had a map, and I can't remember who did it, Robbie.
Hand to the
They
plow
had
survey.
1,500 feet between the chicken barns now. If you went to that, they're stacked on each other with a 1,500 feet radius.
They're stacked on each other now, I think, in some of the areas of this
Well,
county,
they
so,
really are.
but that's all right. So I just need a motion, whatever you guys want to,
Yeah, so what are you saying? Are you saying that you agree with the plan commission or you
Certainly,
don't?
I do. Yes, I
Okay.
do.
yeah,
Just trying to understand.
yeah, we agree with their recommendations on
Okay.
the lane back to the manure pit and,
And that's with respect to both the two issues, the drive as well as the setbacks, that they did not change.
Yep.
Okay. Got it. So you're basically looking to a motion to approve the ordinance that would
You okay with it?
adopt.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve the ordinance for the manure stack road improvements.
2026-3-10-A.
Pardon me?
2026-3-10-A.
I
That's
think
what
it
you
might be
have.
C by now. This would be our third ordinance, but
This is that was my resolution.
she has.
Your
A.
resolution.
Yours is
Our
an
ordinance is going
I
to be
don't have the
C.
number in front of me.
Okay, so I was going off, okay.
It's okay. I think I understand what you want, and so we'll make sure the right boxes are checked when you actually do it. You're basically saying you agree with the plan commission.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree with the plan
So
commission.
your motion to approve the ordinance agreeing with the plan commission, and then we'll check the right boxes.
Okay, I'll second it, I guess.
have a motion second. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Kathy, let me help you with that.
Oh, yes, please.
Okay, Highway Department. Aaron?
Good morning. We got 3 items for today's agenda. The first one is the annual operation report for 2025. Our office manager did email these to you, and there is a physical copy there. We do balance with the auditor's office, and we both agree. So I'm going to ask for a motion to approve this. Get all 3 of your signatures, please, and then we can send it on to the state of Indiana.
So I'll make a motion to approve the report. I don't know exactly what the exact. term
Annual
is.
operations
The
report.
annual operations report for the highway department. So they can send it on to the state.
Second.
We have a motion second to accept the annual operation report from the Highway Department. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Second item on the agenda is we're looking for our summer hours approval. What we propose is starting on May 18th, concluding them on Tuesday, September 8th. This would be in line with what we did the last 3 or 4 years, at the start of the holiday, end of the holiday. So we ask that you accept that as well.
And your summer hours are what?
Monday through Thursday, 6 a.m. to 4:30 p.m.
Any concerns or questions on that?
You know my feelings.
Hmm?
You know my feelings.
Well, you can say them if you want.
No, it's 2-1, so.
It's never stopped me.
I'll make a motion to approve the request for summer hours for the highway department.
Second. We have motion second to approve the summer hours for the Highway Department. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed?
Aye.
Okay, 2-1 carries.
Told you.
All right, that's fine.
Third item on the agenda is I asked for 3 quotes, only received 1. We have a service door on the south side of the building, our main building, we'd like replaced. It's 50 years old and it does need replaced. DNS Builders were the only responsive to this quote. It's in the amount of $3,300. I'm going to ask that we move forward with it because we do need it rather quickly.
Aaron, my only concern is on the front in bold letters, he has due to unstable lumber material market prices may vary.
Yeah, I don't know if the
I'm
economy is a
nervous.
little unstable right now. Fuel prices, lumber prices, or
Okay, I just wanted to make sure because, I mean, if we approve this for 3,300 and he comes back with 3,600.
yeah, he is aware of that. I don't foresee that happening. We had one just installed about 3 months ago, and it's already $200 more. So
They do this immediately.
that's the game plan. Yeah.
All right, I make a motion to allow or to hire DNS builders to place a shop door for the amount of $3,300.
Second.
Jason, do you have something to add to that?
That way is typically on all governmental projects, so the timeline associated with approvals and purchases.
I kind of figured it was something. that was-
Just want to make sure.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Okay, we have motion second to approve the repairs to the highway garage down there. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Kathy, we'll have one for you to sign, Terry, just for you for that.
Just for you.
Yeah, I see that.
Thank you.
Just go inside. She got through before you even said anything. Darren?
Hi, it's me.
She wants to-
This is for the sheriff's paving project. Before we start anything else, we did receive a proposal from Reith Riley by the deadline via email. It was just not seen until after. We read the proposals, and their proposal came in at $141,937 even. We took that under consideration when we did review because we did get it that same day. Sorry. With all the proposals, we would like to propose Pulver asphalt paving for $123,596. We have their proposal signed for you to sign. We did review that with Ben Bentrup in the attorney's office, and they do have everything we asked
It's just me.
of them.
Okay,
When they gonna do this, you know? No,
This summer,
before it gets cold again.
before it gets cold.
Jeez.
They have a deadline of, I believe, October at the
Okay.
latest. Because then weather typically goes
Mhm.
south.
Okay, so I'll make a motion to approve the bid by Pulver Asphalt for 123,596
And authorize signing.
and authorize the president to sign for the sheriff's paving asphalting.
Paving.
Second.
we have motion second to approve the Pulver Asphalt Company for the paving of the sheriff's office parking lot down there. Have the president sign. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thanks.
Okay, IT.
We are seeking approval for the Sheriff's Department Motorola maintenance for Spillman and 33 components with that.
And one of the things, because this, unless they've gotten a change, requires 100% advance pay, we asked Jenny to sign an affidavit that this is an industry standard because that's the only way you can have an exception to the 100% advance pay requirement. As you know, these new rules require a limit your ability to advance pay. So we gave her an affidavit, and I'm assuming she's read it, and when she signs it, we're happy with it moving forward. It's fine.
I just wanted to make sure because the last 2 years have been the same.
Yep.
For
That
each
was
one.
New. Mhm.
Okay, all right, very good.
How much is this, Jenny?
This one is 48,403.58, which is a little bit over the last couple years, which was 43,698 and 41,626.
Which if I remember right with the Spillman, eventually with their parameters that when we talked about it, it was gonna eventually start going up.
Yeah.
And they need it, and we agree with it. We just want to make sure that since we're advanced paying, we have something to show that it is the industry standard. So,
The only other question that we had was the LaGrange County versus LaGrange County Sheriff.
that's right, yeah. Yeah, it's up to sheriff and you all, but we always recommend it be in the name of the county commissioners. So, or just LaGrange County, so that the sheriff isn't personally obligated on it.
I
So,
kind of like it when he's personally obligated.
so those two
Now that you're not-
items, if you would make the motion to approve subject to those, the affidavit being signed by Jenny and the contract being changed to LaGrange County.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the payment for Spillman through Motorola. And Jenny to sign the affidavit and change the contract to LaGrange County. And I'm assuming it's to have the president sign.
I'm sure it does.
Second.
Motion second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Financial statement for February 2026.
For month ending February 28th, 2026, we have cash and deposits in the amount of $59,168,597.14. Investments of $17,493,340.
I make a motion to approve the auditor's financial statement for February, pardon me, February of 2026.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to accept the financial statement. All those in favor say aye.
Pardon me.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Accounts payable.
Saw nothing outstanding on it.
No,
Motion to approve.
second.
Have a motion and a second to approve accounts payable. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Minutes from February 17th and March 2nd and the joint session from March 9th.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion second to approve the minutes in joint session. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Memorandum from March 11th and executive from March 11th.
Motion to approve memorandum from March 11th.
Second. And the executive.
And the executive.
Motion.
Executive.
Yeah, second.
Sorry.
The motion second to approve both. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Is there anything else?
I have nothing.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion second to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thanks for coming.